Mastering the Story, Plot and Character with Victoria and Josephine. What is plot? Plot is the sequence of events that make up a story. Every plot usually involves a character trying to solve a problem. So a key concept for you to remember is the cause and effect. One event always leads to the next. This is known as the plot diagram, also known as the mountain. The beginning is known as the exposition. It's the start, it introduces the characters and the setting. Next is the rising action, kind of also known as the conflict. It's where the tension builds. The meat of the story is starting to build up. And the peak, as you can see, is the climax. This is the turning point, the most intense moment in the story. And the next is the falling action, also known as the deflation. This is the aftermath of the climax. They're either trying to solve things or just building up to the solution. Next is the resolution. This is the happily ever after or not. This is where the authors tend to tie up loose ends. Conflict, the engine of the plot. Some conflicts include internal conflict, and that may be man versus self, which just includes like a struggle with feelings or a tough choice. The next type of conflict is external conflict, which is man versus man, which is kind of like a hero versus a villain. Man versus nature, which is like survival against a storm, animal, or just like a natural disaster. Man versus society, which is fighting an unfair law or tradition.
Types of characters. The protagonist is the main character. They're not always good, but the one that we follow. The antagonist is the force or person working against the protagonist. Static versus dynamic. Static stays the same from start to finish, whereas dynamic changes, grows, or learns a lesson. Characterization. Direct characterization is when the author tells you exactly what the character is like. For example, John was a mean man. Indirect characterization, however, is when you have to figure it out using something like the Steele method, which is speech, thoughts, effect on others, actions, and looks. Theme versus plot. Plot is what happens. For example, a boy finds a magic ring and goes on a quest. Theme, however, is the message. Power can corrupt even the best people. A quick tip to remember is if it's one word, it's usually a topic. For example, love. If it's a sentence, it's a theme. For example, love conquers all. Now it's time to check for understanding. Question 1. At what point in the plot is the tension highest? Climax. Question 2. If a character learns to be brave by the end of the book, are they static or dynamic? Dynamic.